Number 1. Taliban under scrutiny as US kills al-Qaida leader in Kabul. The US drone strike that killed al-Qaida leader Ayman al-Zawahiri on the balcony of a Kabul safe house intensified global scrutiny Tuesday of Afghanistan's Taliban rulers and further undermined their efforts to secure international recognition and desperately needed aid. The Taliban had promised in the 2020 Doha Agreement on the terms of the US withdrawal from Afghanistan that they would not harbor al-Qaeda members. Nearly a year after the US military's chaotic pullout from Afghanistan, al-Zawahiri's killing raises questions about the involvement of Taliban leaders in sheltering a mastermind of the 9/11 terror attacks and one of America's most wanted fugitives. The safe house where al-Zawahiri was staying in Kabul's upscale Sherpa neighborhood was the home of a top aide to senior Taliban leader Sirajuddin Haqqani, according to a senior US intelligence official. The Taliban initially sought to describe the strike as America violating the Doha deal, in which the US committed not to attack the group. The Taliban have yet to say who was killed in the strike. Number 2. Somalia appoints former al-Shabaab co-founder and spokesperson as minister. Somalia's Prime Minister has named former al-Shabaab group co-founder and spokesperson Mukhtar Robow as a minister in the country's new cabinet, a move that could either help strengthen the fight against the insurgency or provoke clan clashes. Prime Minister Hamza Abdi Barre said in televised remarks that Robow, who once had a $5 million US bounty on his head before he split from al-Shabaab in 2013, would serve as the minister in charge of religion. The previous government arrested him December 2018 in Somalia's southwest region as he campaigned for the regional presidency. The protests that followed were quashed with deadly force, with security forces shooting at least 11 people. After much deliberation with the president and the public, I have named cabinet ministers who have education and experience and they will fulfill their duties. I ask the parliament to approve the cabinet, Barre said before announcing the cabinet appointees. Some analysts have speculated that Robow, who subsequently denounced al-Shabaab, could help strengthen government forces in his native Bakul region, where the insurgency holds substantial amounts of territory. New President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, elected by lawmakers in May, has promised to take the fight to the insurgency after 3 years in which his predecessor, consumed by political infighting, took little action against al-Shabaab. That allowed the insurgency to build up substantial reserves of cash and carry out attacks over a wide swath of the country. Number 3. Kosovo-Serbia border reopens after NATO-led peacekeepers oversee removal of roadblocks. NATO-led peacekeepers backed by helicopters on Monday oversaw the removal of roadblocks protesters had set up in Kosovo, where political tensions have flared more than 2 decades since a NATO campaign of airstrikes drove out Serbian forces. Kosovo police said the removal of the barricades in the north of the country allowed 2 border crossings with Serbia to be reopened. Roads are now free for traffic to pass. Both border crossings are open now for people and goods to cross, the police said in a statement. The removal of the barricades came after the Kosovo government postponed the implementation of a decision that would oblige ethnic Serbs, who are a majority in the north, to apply for documents and car license plates issued by Kosovan institutions. The situation has revived fault lines with Serbia and Russia, neither of which recognize Western-aligned Kosovo as an independent state and have blocked its efforts to join the United Nations. Kosovo, recognized as a nation by more than 100 countries, is seeking to join NATO. The government's decision to postpone followed consultations with US and EU ambassadors. Violence will not be tolerated. Those who use violence will be punished by the rule of law with the force of law, Prime Minister Albin Kurti told journalists on Monday. He said a total of 9 roadblocks had been set up. Thank you for watching All That Happens. Remember to like and subscribe. And we hope to see you next time.